It's mocked.
Scroll
go
down.
down.
And like I said, it was T-O-H, wasn't it? O-N-S.
T-H-O-S, yes, that's right, abbreviated. That's
Yeah.
how they tend to abbreviate. You see the one above, William W.M. and so on. That's how
And
they
that
do.
was son of John Mott.
That's right, yes, yes. So here we have them on here. Just to put that in context, you know, we've got them coming up from Thomas,
John
there's
Mott,
Tom and
yep.
Mary and Jane, and there's his father John, all the way down right to you.
Being able to trace back mother's and father's side of the family back to a few more generations than I knew that existed. It's been a great experience.
What brought this up? Who do you think you are on TV?
Well, I'm contacted, and it's just a case of when you get an opportunity like this that arises to trace back your family history. I'm keen. It's like understanding history, so it's an opportunity you can't say no to, really. It's always great to dig back in the past.
Did all your ancestors have long innings?
Well, as we say, they lived to what, 80 or 90 years old, which back then, how many generations? 4 or 5 generations ago was huge. I guess people didn't live past 50 much.
And then, of course, there was Edward that got killed in the First World War.
Yeah.
You know, we're now in the centenary of the First World War, and we've seen in your family how it did affect a family. Yeah. You know, he died possibly without ever seeing his daughter. Yeah.
And right at the end of the war, which seems even more of a tragedy, in 1918, wasn't it?
And actually on the baptism of his daughter in the book it is marked up as the fact that her father had died. We might have lost that now, I think we might have lost that. Lost the page. That's that must be somebody else in the family. Here we go. And there we are, private in the 2020 London Regiment, killed September the 14th, 1918.
Did you have any idea before coming here?
Absolutely none. So it's all new. I've heard of the Chatton name in the family being mentioned, but to actually trace back.
Does he have a war cemetery? Graham?
I wouldn't know.
Yes,
He does.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Would you intend to visit his grave and lay a...
If I was over there, definitely. I missed out an opportunity to go to France last year, so that might be a good reason to go over and look him up.
Yeah, these rules are 1860.
Yeah,
this is 1883 that we've got.
Yeah,
so
that sounds fine. That'll be the first year of sort of championship.
A map between the gentlemen of Essex and incognito. Laid at Brentwood.
For many years I didn't have a home. Essex Cricket.
Yeah, they've sort of moved around different places.
Essex Cricket, they played all of their cricket at different grounds around the county, and they took the cricket around the county.
Yes.
And then, as far as I'm aware, we took a loan, I'm not sure what year, from Warwickshire to buy current Griffin.
Oh, right. Are you still playing different places?
Only Colchester now.
Really? You don't play so? That's the same. My nan used to go to Ilford, Valentine's Park.
Yeah, well, I started playing, it was Valentine's Park, South Church Park, and Colchester.
Just like, cause I think it looks nice,
yeah.
You know. So, but I mean, it's the same. You recognise it as it is now, sort of thing, with all the scoring and everything. I mean, this to me, I don't know what on earth it means, but
an X was being a maiden.
Right.
The numbers of the runs scored off each over.
But what's the significance of numbers in different corners?
So you bowl 6 balls per over.
Yeah.
And each ball is marked with a dot.
Yes.
Although there's only 4.
But there's only 4. That's what confused me.
They must have been bowling
maybe
4 ball overs back then.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes. Yeah, and so
right,
if you bowled a maiden, they'd have joined the dots up to make an X.
Oh, and a W is a wicket, I presume.
Yes, W is a wicket. So you've got 1, 2, 4 for the runs.
Yeah.
And that's a wicket. See, that's a wicket maiden. So he's got a wicket.
Ah, yes. So this is just after. This is 1887. So this follows on from there. So let's see. And then I think Hannah's got a couple of pictures, amusing ones.
That's played in Southampton.
So
It must have been
places,
must have been amazing for them to get about.
Yes.
Because it'd all been by train.
Yeah.
Very rarely by car.
Yeah, it would have been at that stage, yes. There we are, that's taken 1988. You recognise it. Well, you might recognise it. The current ground looks a bit different, possibly. Not so many cars.
You've got the hospital there as well. Flats.
Yes, because that's all changing a bit.
And that must be when they just built the main part of the ground.
Yes, yeah. And then we have a cricket team. No, it's a cricket team.
Cricket
not
team.
not Essex, but that's them back a long time ago.
Where would that
Right,
fire
this.
duct be?
It's here. It's where where the Civic Theatre and everything down that way.
Oh,
the
right, yep.
Fairfield car park,
Yep.
around there. So that's what it is. There's the station there, and you're coming up Duke Street there.
Yeah.
So it's there, and we reckon it was taken about there, and it's looking that way. Because you've got that building, is
Yeah.
that corner of that building there, and so on with the viaduct
Oh, right.
over there. So. And they built on this not long after, really. This map's 1875-ish, something like that. So, within 5 years of that. But then, within 5-10 years, they were building on there, so they wouldn't have been playing cricket there anymore then.
All right.
Moved on, but the style of dress, they're all different, but they're having fun.
So when we do our next team photograph of
That's
cricket,
it. What are we going
we
for?
have to do.
That's what Hannah said. She
We
said that
have
you'd
to
have
do
to
that.
pose, you'll have to pose like
Recreate
that.
that one.
We're
Well,
going
you
to
can
get dressed
take
up
that-
like this
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good idea.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
So
really
take
fun.
that photo with you, and
Let's
then
do
you've got
that.
it to pose like that.
Do that next week.
That's amazing, isn't
Look at that. I was trying to get that one up the other day. Just,
it? You could just put Connor in there straight away there. No one has noticed any difference.
So are you going to grow all the, the right beards, his shaggy beard and everything, so...
he looks menacing, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He must have been the fast bowler.
Menacing or just grumpy?
Very stylish, that one, I think.
Yeah, yes, I think so.
Brilliant. That's fantastic.
Sorry, the school club there, when's that from? Just so
This one is 1887.
1887, okay,
And
cool.
they sort of big, that's a 4-year period.
Okay,
that
cool.
one, so,
Looks like they bowled 4 ball overs back then.
Oh, really? Is there only 4? Oh, yeah, they must have done it.
Essex Record Office.
Yeah.
Quick game's a good game. 44 buys. That means the keeper wasn't very good.
I'm going to say, yeah.
Oh, I
So
see.
a buy is
So it's gone...
a buy is where if the batsman doesn't touch it
Yeah.
and say the keeper misses it, you can run a buy.
Oh, I see.
So it basically means the wicket keeper's not very good.
Okay.
Or it was harder being a wicket keeper.
Yeah, well, the ball's absolutely flying everywhere.
does.
Just keep using his foot to stop the ball.
Love
Because
one.
I've heard of leg buys. What are they?
Leg buys where it hits the leg or part of the body, but not the bat.
Okay, right. I hear these things, you see, and I don't know what they mean at all.
No wides. They didn't give wides back then, bowlers.
No, they just didn't fold them.
Oh no, sorry, no, it's not 44. It's 2 4. It's only 8 leg buys. Sorry,
Oh.
misread. 2 4. So the
yeah.
keepers missed them all together.
So that really is the end of the tour, sort of thing.
Ah,
So it's just
amazing.
what you've got lots of stuff to take.
It surprised me
away and
the
everything.
detail in the map.
Yeah. Yes. We've actually. This is.
Primrose Hill is now all built.
Yeah. Yes. What's up around that way? I think the gallows was somewhere Primrose Hill
Oh, right.
originally, not at this point in time, but. And what's amazing, we've got a map that's dated 1591, beautiful coloured map and so on, so which is really at the the start of when maps were being made, of the centre of Chelmsford. And you've got this bit here. When you go down Chelmsford and you've got the shops that are in the middle and so on.
Yeah.
That was so you got that there, but that was there back in the 1590s as well. It's always been that shape of which is quite fascinating me to think that it has changed. It hasn't changed. They've tried to change it over time, so back in the 30s, 40s, and then sort of in the 60s and so on. But they wanted to get rid of that so that people could get around it freely, but they wasn't allowed to get away with it because they'd be knocking down listed buildings and so on.
Yeah.
So
I saw some great footage of Chelmsford from, I think it was the 50s. And I've never seen Chelmsford cars going down it.
no, well,
that was brilliant.
because I didn't live in Chelmsford, I didn't grow up in Chelmsford at all. It was all.
To see the high street and it looks so busy and vibrant.
Yes, and where sometimes live in the school villages as well. has the cattle market, so you used to get cattle going down and so on as well. So yeah, I mean it has changed. We've actually got the maps at 120 inches to the mile, so they're even bigger scale, even more detail, you know, and you see some individual houses even more and so on. But we've only got those for certain towns, not for everywhere. The most interesting one, I think anyway, is the one for Malden, where it shows the workhouse and you actually see what was used for the women and the men and the children and everything, which is, you know, it's good to see it, but it's also a bit heartrending, you know, when you think people spent time away. But we didn't find your family in the workhouse at all, so so that was good. Well, that's the only other things here. I've got these out. These go back. You've got no county cricket. Other people who played in the past and so on. So they must have produced these to sell them, because then it looks as though
like
you can see autographed by, you can get them autographed and so on.
I saw Doug yesterday. He's Doug's history as a sportsman's amazing.
Really?
And he played amateur football. I think he might have played an amateur FA Cup final.
Really?
His history as a person.
Oh yes, it says he's a soccer blue.
Yeah, it's Cambridge, yeah.